So me and the boys have been working on this thing all freaking day. Believe it or not, the brakes came back. I'm like super excited. I had an idea to check them out and see if they would work because I was worried that the rear brakes were seized, but it turns out the emergency brake was on. So the emergency brake works. Some champion got up under there and he manned the crap out of the emergency brake handle, the manual release lever. So I had to jimmy that and get some PB Blaster on it. But the emergency brake works, and so it came to light that perhaps the actual brakes work. So I got some brake fluid and taught Diego, my son, how to bleed brakes, him and his buddy Anthony, and we bled the brakes, and this car has all four wheels functioning for now at least with the brakes, so I'm like super excited about that. They went out to get me a 3/8 deep socket because I'm just struggling front drums with the bleeder screw, so but it's coming along. I'll show you real quick. But yeah, you see, you got some good squirts there. Good squirts of brake fluid. Just a pain in the butt bleeding it. So I decided to bleed it here. The lady's being cool about it with me. Kind of letting her get some time to disconnect with the car. But yeah, can you believe it? That it's kind of one of the first cars I've had where brakes came back to life on me in this state. Yes, I know. I'm going to replace the rubber hoses. I will replace them, don't you worry. And I will probably replace all the wheel cylinders. But for towing purposes, I'm going to tow it the half-ass way. So with my tow bar, let me show you my tow bar here. I have this cool tow bar that I built a while ago. I got the idea from a guy that these old speakers that were in the back. He did a little more cleanup. I don't think these are original to the car. They may be. That's a pretty antiquated magnet setup on the speaker, but it has a major pumpage going on here. What are these months? Stereo. Ooh, 5 baby. Made in Japón. Look at that. 5 whopping watts at 8 ohms. Boom! Killer. That's the eardrum killer right there. There's another bad boy. RS nonsense. Radio Shack. But anyways. It's been dinged. It has enough hit there. I'm confident I'm going to be able to get my foot inside of the other side of the door panel and push that out. We'll see. So, here's my tow bar. So this generally I use when I tow vehicles that don't have brakes, or just for a safer tow, you know, dealing with people that are not experienced with towing. But you see this will go on maybe a 2-inch hitch, my 2-inch hitch ball, right? And this is a ratchet to ratchet the cable on the other end. This guy will wrap around the lower A-arm, or maybe a bumper support, or a frame cross member or something of that nature, and it will wrap around and hook to itself, and that chain is attached to my cable here. So I ratchet crank her down, crank. So this guy, you'll see it gets tightened against the body and the frame, or the A-arm, and it thus the car being towed doesn't need brakes. Yeah, it's a little dangerous. Yeah. It's you can buy the A-frame style ones, but I made this for $72, and it's worked about I think 43 times towing cars like this at 5,000 pounds. So it works for me. I know how to use it, and it works well, and it's easy to store, and it's easy to carry, and I like it. So get some ideas, guys. I used that pipe. I think was electric conduit. I forgot. I think it's 2.5-inch conduit. I think I got it from a plumbing shop. Maybe I forgot if it was electrical or plumbing pipe. It's just galvanized steel basically, and I welded the ratchet on there. Like I said, this has worked 40 sometimes. A lot. Total lot of cars with this thing, and it hasn't been let me down. I've had no issues with it. Just make sure you invest in a decent ratchet, like a ratchet tow strap or something. That's what we were going to use to tow this bad boy. But losing some daylight. Sun's starting to go down. It's It's about 4 something here now in January. It's January time now. Day after the lunar eclipse in January, 2019. It's coming along. Boys cleaned it out a lot. They got really excited about this car. I taught them how to bleed brakes a little bit, just a little. We had a little lesson time, and they're excited now to work on it throughout the summer. They're talking about interior options, getting the top on it. My boy brought up putting bucket seats in it, which I thought was super cool. I actually have some buckets for it from a 62 sedan DeVille. They're power buckets, and I have the original matching console for this interior. Yeah, this interior is actually not bad. The door panels are actually okay. I'm going to use them for a while. I think they'll shine up eventually. A little bit of Armor All time, maybe not Armor All, but some conditioner, cleaning. Get a clean up, but the carpet's okay on them. They're not super cracked. Yeah, there's some nicks and scratches here. Nothing serious though. Again, I get new seats in this bad boy, and it's a totally different car. I think the carpet will even clean up and look decent for a while until it starts wearing. I get it. It's old. It's stale. It's gonna start cracking and ripping and tearing. I get it, but I can get this thing running and driving and enjoy it while I'm working on it. Unlike the 59 that I've sat on for 10 years because it needs freaking everything, chrome and interior and paint and body and all that. I can actually enjoy this car. My son was enamored with this steering. Really cool piece. And I'll re-epoxy that. Show him how to re-epoxy it, fill the cracks. It's not bad. The dash is in good shape with that. It's cleaning up real nice. We're actually cleaning this thing up pretty well. It's looking pretty good, pretty exciting. Look at that door panel. That door panel's in good shape. It will shine up and it'll look good. It's still supple. I'm touching it very softly, and I'm digging my thumb and trying to crack it. It will crack eventually. It's not super fun. It's actually, jeez, that thing may last for a while with this. The armrest is still in good shape. The buttons are good. No pitting. This is a New Mexico car. We don't get rust pits out here. It was so cool. My son and his friend were looking at this car and they're like, what is this? What does this do? It's like mechanical and has buttons. And it's like super cool. And says, yeah, guys, this is space age, baby. Era of the rocket cars, man. They were coming down from the Red Scare on this, and making it look like a spaceship in there. But it does. A little cockpit. Cadillac really took pride in the design of their interiors and exteriors. The kid was surprised that it had power windows. Never thought of a car like this with power windows. Cool stuff. So it's starting to get windy. I'm assuming my audio's going to shit because we're getting feedback from the wind. I think this thing's a runner. Brakes came back. I think I'm going to be able to get this thing running and perhaps driving within a couple of weeks. I'm gonna dedicate some time to this bad boy. And I think I have a really good feeling, and you guys know the feeling I'm talking about when you're working on a car and it hasn't been abused, it hasn't been finagled, it hasn't been klooched, as me and my dad used to say. That's a copyrighted term between me and my father. If you guys use that term, if you ever heard the term klooch, tell me where you heard it or how you heard it, because me and my dad coined that term specifically between him and I, and it was something only him and I knew what that term was and where it came from and how we came up with it. So if you've used that term, man, that'd be cool to hear, because that's just a super cool story, because me and him invented that term, literally, klooch, when something's klooched. And I mean like baling wire and hangers and that shit. So anyways, let me know. I'm gonna click off now because I got my buddy calling me on the line. So we'll talk to you soon. Later.